Hello from Sydney, Ohio. Uh, if I look hot, it's because I am. I'm making a very quick um, video here. I want to update everybody what's going on. I'm incredibly humbled. I made a Facebook post this morning. I did not have money for my motel room. And it's not because I haven't been working. I actually worked quite a bit this week, but I'm not able to get paid. I've been living week to week, and it was just the circumstances of life. So I prayed about it last night. I knew the deadline was coming. I had to have my money by 11 o'clock this morning, and time was ticking down. And I felt God just wanted me to reach out and make an ask. Um, and I did so. And I was excited, like, is this going to happen? Is God going to just provide for me through reaching out and just making an ask? I'm a very self reliant person. You have to understand that to make that ask today for help was very difficult for me. I truly did it out of obedience to God. I felt God wanted me to ask. Um, like, Jim, you're gifted to teach people. Well, Jim, there are people that are gifted to help, like financially support situations. And you're taking away an opportunity for somebody who may be gifted to do that and is looking for opportunities to provide for people that they want to that they agree with and they want to support. So I made the ask. Time was ticking down. I got discouraged really because nobody responded in time. um, so I began to think, like, okay, my next step is I just got to start packing this stuff up. And I didn't know that, I kind of feel like God's just going to lead me footstep by footstep, and I'm okay with that right now. I've learned to be okay with it. That's been a lot of my life recently. Um, and I wasn't upset. Like, I was slightly discouraged that nobody responded quickly, but then I kind of feel ashamed that I was disappointed because I didn't know what God was about to do. So I did end up getting a response. It was a little after 11, I believe. And it was a friend of mine who's from Argentina. Like, I haven't seen this guy since I went to Word of Life Bible. Well, since shortly after Word of Life Bible Institute. He seen my post and immediately said he had actually tried calling first, which is why he messaged me. He tried calling the motel first to put money on, and they said, we don't have any Jim Tomich in our system. You can't put any money on his reservation because he's not in our system. So I went up to the front desk and I said that I have somebody that's trying to pay my motel bill for me, but I'm not in the system. And they proceeded to tell me that's because you're gone. You're out of here. We've kicked you out of the system. You need to pack up your stuff and leave. Now that's going to sound strange to you if I don't tell you what happened before this. I've been in this motel over a year. I have residency established in this motel. My car is titled here at this address. My car insurance is titled here or registered here. I get mail here. I get documentation for my divorce here. I get everything at this motel, so it's a well established residency for me. I pulled in the other night. There is the Motel 6 is up front, and it's going in one direction, and then behind it in the opposite direction is a Motel 8 or a Super 8. And I've kind of noticed some strange things that happen in the back there. I noticed that if I ever pause my vehicle back there for more than 30 seconds, the manager comes out yelling, "What are you doing back here?" So Friday night, I pulled in with a friend of mine, and we pulled around, went all the way around the whole property through the back lot, and was going to come around and park in the front. And there's a dumpster that you pass by on the outer perimeter of the property, and there was a cat sitting in front of the dumpster. And I looked like I didn't know if he's gonna which way he was gonna go, so I slowed down. As I slowed down, I seen a skunk out of the corner of my eye heading towards the dumpster, bouncing along. As a skunk about as a small one, a baby skunk about that big. I put it in park, and I looked at my buddy. I said, Mark, what you're about to see is going to be better than any movie we would go to tonight. I said, there's a skunk right there coming. He's coming, heading right for his cat. I said, these two are about to get into it. As soon as I said that, out of the right side of my vehicle, I could see a guy running. Well, not running. He was walking rapidly through the parking lot. With his flashlight in our eyes, kind of blinding us. And he's yelling, get the, well, I'm not going to, okay, he's aggressively yelling at me, using profanities, telling me to get off the property. I tried reminding him, like, yeah, you know my van, Jay, like, you know who I am. What are you talking about? I rent here. I don't care, you don't rent back here, you get off this property, you get up front where you belong. I said, that's fine. So I pulled up into I know why he's defensive. So I pulled into my parking stall here, and two Sydney cops show up. And they proceeded to tell me that I needed to pack up now I can't even fit all my stuff in my van. I mean, I've been living here for a year. I couldn't even fit it all in my van in that night. And I told the officer, I said, there's no way I can even pack my stuff up and leave here tonight because I have so much. And I said, secondarily, because I've been acting as my own attorney through my divorce, it's called being a pro se attorney. I literally have had to study the law daily for months. And I enjoy it, actually. I kind of, it's been intriguing to study law. I like it. Part of me is like, wish I would have been an attorney, but then again, no, I don't think so. So in any case, I said, actually, I don't believe that he has the right to do that. And the cop's like, oh, sure he does. He owns the place. He can kick you out anytime he wants to. He's like, this isn't your apartment. And I said, yeah, but after you've established residency because you've been there for a certain amount of time and you have things like your car titled at that address, you have your car insured through that address, you get child support payments through that address. I said, yes, I believe that when you establish those things, it's now considered basically your apartment. And your manager at your apartment could not just one night say you're gone. There are laws that protect you, real estate laws, which I know. I've studied some of those real estate laws as well. And so I asserted my right. I said, I'm sorry, officer, I disagree with you. I don't believe I have to leave tonight. And I said, I believe that there's a law that protects me. And he said, well, I'm going to call my supervisor then. So they called the supervisor out. They talked behind my vehicle for about 10 minutes, and he walked up to my vehicle and he said, you don't have to leave, Jim. He's like, you've got residency here, and we're going to go tell Jay that he can't make you leave tonight, that if he wants you to leave, he's going to have to file an eviction through the court system. And so that happened on Friday night. And he said, Jim, you can go back in your room, whatever. He's like, I would just keep quiet, Jim, like don't stir up. I said, no, it wouldn't be my intention at all. And he said, whatever you do, don't drive in that back property. That's what Jay does not want anybody back there.
Yeah, we're going to go with this as your residence. So it sounds like they'd have to evict you.
Okay.
Now I would still.
No,
I'm not saying you haven't been this, but I'm saying I would do everything you can to not cause any issues.
Quiet as a mouse.
Now he does own. This is two separate properties.
Understood now.
So I wouldn't go in the back.
I agree.
We're gonna tell him that tonight. I don't know. Our supervisor, and then Officer White was actually doing some reading too right before that. So that's what we're gonna let him know for now.
Because my two options tonight were the slow route, which would be legal, or the fast route, which would be media.
Yeah,
But the way you're handling it, I don't think there needs to be any route at this point.
Well, no. This, like I said, this is your the fact that it's a hotel.
Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter at this point.
Because of my length
if you
of
only here
time.
like a week or something,
yeah,
it would be different.
Yeah.
It'd be a different story.
Yeah.
It's not like you've been here just a few days.
And I just got so much stuff in there, I couldn't just pick up and move, I mean, it
Right.
wouldn't be that easy.
Right. I mean, I would definitely try to keep yourself away from these people. And
You can tell I'm a reasonable person. I'm not going to stir anything up.
I don't know how he's going to react, but it's the law. I mean, so.
I said, fine, it's not a problem. I understand why, but so in any case, Saturday is fine. I spent some time with a friend of mine, and we had a good day. And Sunday here, I'm trying to. Oh, today's the day that I went to go pay my rent, and they wouldn't accept it. And it just got worse from there. The cop came out and basically told them the same thing the cop did on Friday night. Like, you can't. Fine if you don't want to take his rent money. That's fine. You don't have to accept it, but you cannot keep him out of his room. You're going to have to go through the courts to evict him. And so he told the manager that, and I said, "Oh, officer," and I recorded it all. Actually, I have it all recorded. I said, "Can I go back to my room? Am I fine now?" He's like, "Yeah, you're fine. You're legally, that's your room. They can't do nothing about it." So I came back to my room, and then I've been taking care of a friend's dog, and I went to take the dog for a walk and checked my key in the door before I left and locked it. My key no longer works, my Motel 6 key. Those little magnetic keys. Doesn't work in the door anymore. They have what's called a MasterCard, and they can come at any point and swipe it through your door, and it shuts your door down. Your key will no longer work in it. So that's what they did. My key no longer works in the door. And the reason why I'm dripping wet in front of you is they turned the breaker off for my air conditioner. So he's trying to manipulate me and force me out of here every way that he can. What I need you to pray about. So I'm safe. I'm fine. Don't worry about me. It's all good. I didn't even have to pay rent today. That's how God answered that prayer. So anybody who prayed for me about that situation, that's how God answered it. I don't even have to pay it because he's going to have to evict me through the court system now. But this last cop that came through, basically, he said, "Jim," he's like, we took it all the way up to the prosecutor. And I can't make them turn your air conditioner back on, and I can't make them give you a new key, and they can't make you leave. So long story short, the prosecutor kind of wimped out. He was afraid to make a decision. So, fine, I'll sit here and sweat until somebody can make up their mind. So I felt what God wanted me to do, and I thought this the other night, that if that didn't go well for me the other night, I kind of knew what my plan B was going to be. And so I'm activating plan B today. And what I need you to pray about is that one of these media sources that I've contacted will get back a hold of me. I'm trying to get this out. If I can't get it resolved legally today and get this air conditioner back on and be able to walk in and out of my room, because right now I can't. In essence, I'm jailed in my room. It's ridiculous. They will not accept my money.
So it was my understanding when I called you earlier that you can no longer accept money from me and that I had to
Yes.
You gotta check out.
vacate the process. Okay. I'm legally disagreeing with you, and I'm asking you to begin the eviction process through the court system.
No, we don't have to.
They just want me out. So I'm calling media sources. I want you to pray that the right media source will get back a hold of me, will take this story on and expose what's going on. Because here's the kicker. The reason why Jay wants me out of here, out of this Motel 6, is because I know things about what's going on in the back motel. And I'm not going to talk about that right now because I'm afraid that would interrupt potential criminal prosecution. So I'm not going to say anything about what I know what's going on back there, but I will tell you that I believe it's criminal activity. And that criminal activity has become very popular in Ohio. Toledo, Ohio, which is about an hour and a half away, is one of the leading cities in the United States in regards to this particular crime that has been sweeping across America. And it's having a massive impact. And if you Google some of the things that I'm saying, you will be able to figure out for yourself what that crime is, and it's extremely serious. The federal government has taken it very seriously. So I'm going to take it seriously because I have personal knowledge of some things that are going on here. And if the cops and the legal system is not going to get it done, then I'm going to reach out to the media and see what the media does. So I'm asking you to take this YouTube video and do everything you possibly can with it. This Sydney, Ohio. My name is Jim Tomich. You got my story. Post this everywhere you can. I mean, if we can stir this up through social media, perhaps you can tweet about it, put it on your Facebook page. Do everything you can, every social media source that you're aware of to get the story out there. And maybe if we do that, somebody in Sydney here will see that through social media and then go, wow, this is a serious story, and pick up on it. And maybe I can have my air conditioner back on again, and maybe I can have a key to my room again so that I can get in and out. So that's the update. I just want you guys to know I'm safe. I'm fine. Yes, I'm hot. I am diabetic. I do feel a little lightheaded, but as soon as I'm done with this video, I have lights in my face, so that makes me a little extra hot. But as soon as I'm done with this video, I'm going to go slam some water. I don't want you to fear for my safety. I'm fine. My main concern was just getting rent paid today, and God fixed that in a very unique way. I don't have to pay it. Eventually, through the eviction process, anytime between now and the point that I'm evicted, I would have that amount of rent due. My situation was not that I didn't have money, it's that I didn't have time. I have money owed to me, but I don't have it. So thank you all so much for caring. Throughout the day, and I keep hearing dings, but I've had a lot to deal with today. And I look at them, and I'm humbled at the support that you have given me, and I appreciate it. I have listened to a song by Chris Tomlin multiple times today, and it's his song, the God of angel armies is always by my side, and he's a friend of mine, and he is, and he's been at my side. I'm very encouraged. I'm full of faith. I'm calm. I'm actually joyful. I mean, I'm not mad. I'm interested to see how God is going to play this out. I really am. He put me in the middle of it. Those are his decisions. My life has become very weird over the last several years. And what I've come to learn is that to follow Christ with your whole heart, set your ego aside, set your own personal comforts aside. Like, be willing to literally suffer if you have to for Christ. Your life is going to get odd. But the New Testament was pretty odd as well. And I'm not saying that to amplify me. Because in all honesty, it was the death of me that brought these things on. The death of Jim. Like, I just quit. I mean, I've had to quit multiple times in my walk with God. I've had to give up. Have you ever seen a dog or a cat? This is a cat with their kittens. They'll grab them by the scuff of the neck, in the back there. And sometimes the kitten's like, let me have control. I feel weird just dangling in the air like this, And then all of a sudden the kitten just says, let's go. Like, okay, she's got me by the scruff. I'm fine. I'm not going anywhere. God has had to do that to me multiple times in my life. He's got me by the scuff of the neck. He never lets go. By the scruff of my neck, I think is what it's called. He never lets go, but I resist him at times in life. I'd be totally honest with you I'd be dishonest with you if I told you, like, no, I'm always submissive to God. I'm not. I have not always been submissive to God. Sometimes in life, I hadn't even really. There are times in my Christian life I didn't care so much about what God thought about what I was doing with my time. And God has broken me of that in multiple ways. One of them was allowing me to be near to death about 2 years ago because of my I ran into a diabetic condition. Depressions have God has used depressions as a tool in my life to force me to be dependent upon Him. And recently, my wife, there'll be more to come on that issue, but know that I miss my wife and my kids very much. So that's it for now. If something transpires, I'll try to update Facebook. This is all going to be disseminated through Facebook. I've probably taken way too much time on this already, but I wanted to update everybody and let everybody know where things are at. I appreciate your support. I love you. Thank you for all you did for me today. You will not be forgotten. As things settle down and I can breathe again and look at what happened, and I can look at all the different Facebook, messages and all that, I promise you I'll reach back to each and every one of you and at least offer you prayers back to God for what you did for me. Even if it was just being morally supportive, like, we're behind you, Jim, because there were some people that I should have been able to count on that utterly failed me today. And it's a shame. And I believe God's going to use it in their life to correct them. Like, no, your brother needed help and you actually poked at him. And it happened. Some people poked at me today. So, in any case, thank you all so much, and we'll do a full transition on this. All right, see you later. Bye. Okay, I got to add this clip in here real quick. So, after a while getting smoked out here, and I knew that the manager had left, I thought maybe I could just appeal to the humanity of the two desk workers. The one's kind of a maintenance guy, he works the desk. The other, with the gal, she's strictly a desk clerk. I thought perhaps I could appeal to their humanity and at least get them to turn my AC back on. And so the following clip is going to reveal to you the response that I got from them, and the gall they had to say that I'm not a paying customer after clearly refusing to accept my payment earlier in the day. You heard that clip back there. They refused to take payment from me. And now they're saying, well, you're not a paying customer, so we're shutting your AC off. And, just to hear what the maintenance guy had to say, what's coming next for me tonight. Hey, if you guys think that this is an unsafe environment for me, perhaps I've dipped my foot into something I know what's going on back there, and it's very serious crimes. I'm not afraid. I'm fine. My history in my 20s has given me knowledge of how to handle these situations, so I'm comfortable in it. But if they're going to cut my power off, then I can't do my studies on my computer. I won't be able to shoot video for you guys. So I don't know. If you feel like you need to do something for me and you think that I just need to get out of here and get a different motel, let's talk. Hit me up on Facebook, message me, give me your phone number in the message. I've already got several to respond to from today, but I will call you, and I guess we'll just see what God's going to do with this. Tiana's kind of hot too. Come here, babies. Come on. Come up here. Can you see Tiana? Come here for the camera, Tiana. Why are you biting me? What did I do to you? Come on over here by the camera. Look. Come up here. Come on, babies. Tiana's getting kind of hot, guys.
Is there a way you can turn the air conditioner back on in my room?
I didn't ever turn anything off.
Somebody did.
Nobody has done anything.
Can we get that breaker turned back on?
Nobody has done anything.
Okay, there's a reason why it's not working.
Nobody
Sherry, I
has
have
done
diabetes.
anything.
Look at me.
Nobody
I'm a
has
human
done
being,
anything.
Sherry. We need to get my AC
You need
back
to go
on.
back to your room, or you need to get your stuff and go.
So you're refusing to turn my AC
I don't
on?
want you up here in my office area at all.
Well,
I never
this
did
is
anything
the
to your AC.
communication. Okay.
Hey, you need to go back to your room. Don't be knocking on
Kevin.
anybody else's
What?
doors.
My AC's turned off, dude.
I can't do anything about it. Lights are going to be off too, man. You're not a paying customer. I'm not getting in the middle of it.
Okay. Well, I hope that was a help to you in some way.
If you're interested, you can subscribe to my channel here. You can see one of my latest video posts, or you can see what I used to do for a living. Thank you. Bye.